when mommies are happy, the family is happy. So. Hey, welcome to the Math Dojo. I am Michelle Ishida. For those of you who don't know me, I am a middle school math teacher. We're here today doing another video for the parents. The Math Dojo, this channel is for parents, for tips and strategies for you guys to help your kids at home, and then as well as our students to get lessons that they need extra help with. Okay, so this video today is going to be surviving this crisis. We're gonna have 7 tips for self-care. And notice I am in my comfy clothes, and that is one of the tips that we're gonna get into today. So have a seat on the couch with your phone, laptop, computer, anything that you have, but get comfortable. Grab yourself a drink of water or some tea, and let's get into it. Tip number 1, I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard of all of these, but do we do them? Because I have heard of a lot of these before, but I need some reminders sometimes to kind of like get me going, because we get really busy in our everyday lives, and it's hard to stop and take time for ourselves. And some of us, I feel guilty if I take 5 minutes for myself, and we need to get out of that mindset, because when we are happy, when mommies are happy, the family is happy. So tip number 1 is to get enough sleep. That is something that I definitely need to work on. When we don't get enough sleep, our body releases this hormone that is like an added stressor for our day, and it's very hard. We may think that we can go on 4 hours of sleep or 5 hours of sleep, but it does catch up to us, and we just need to make sure that we are getting at least 7 hours of sleep every night, preferably 8, but at least 7 hours, and making sure that our kids are getting enough sleep. That is a huge effect on our day. If our kids wake up grumpy, try to get them to sleep a little bit longer during the night, and see how much better your days will be. Okay, so tip number 1, get enough sleep. Okay, tip number 2 is to look on the bright side. So being optimistic helps reduce the negative toll that stress takes on our bodies. So think of throughout your day, or when you start to feel like you're getting stressed, or like your kids are like pushing that limit, or maybe not your kids, just anything that causes stress. So when you're feeling like you're getting to that point, just take a minute to breathe and think of 3 positive things or 3 good things that have happened during your day. Okay, it can be something very simple like breakfast went well today, or we woke up and everyone said good morning to each other today. And don't take the little things for granted. Try to be more optimistic. I know it's difficult, but that being more optimistic just changes the whole feel of the household. It changes the whole feel of your day. Tip number 3 is to rethink your drink. Okay, so I am the first person to grab a sparkling water or to grab a soda or a tea. Even though I know that they're not the best for me, I still like them, right? But they bring us up for a few minutes, and then our bodies crash, and especially if we don't have enough sleep, that just definitely takes an effect on our bodies. So trying to drink more tea, unsweetened tea, hot tea. There was a recent study that if you just drinking hot liquid alone reduces the levels of that stress hormone cortisol in our bodies. So definitely trying to do that maybe once, twice a day. Start off slow. It's just good for our bodies. So yeah. Also, drinking enough water. I know for me, I don't get enough water. I need to. I try to get like a little fancy jug that I like to carry around, and I remember to carry it around. I know there's some apps that tell you like it's time to drink water, and those are really good. I know one of my friends uses an app that reminds her to drink water, and she really loves it. But drinking water, something that you guys might not think of, is you go to the bathroom more when you drink more water. So those are little breaks that you have to stand up and walk to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. It's alone time. It gives you time to think. It gives you a break from like everyday stress. There are a lot of benefits to drinking water, but that's just something that I've never thought of before. Okay. All right, so tip number 4 is to get your game on. So take it back to play the old-fashioned way, get a board game out, get a puzzle out, do something together with your family. It's a good way to bring your family together. It's a good way to get your kids talking. It's a good way to just have fun all together. And of course, fun reduces stress. Self-care, remember, self-care. Tip number 5 is to make your own breaks. So this is something that we touched on earlier, but do not feel guilty for taking those small necessary breaks. I know growing up, I have a mom that just never took breaks. And now me being a mom, I'm like, I admire her so much. Like how did she do it, or how does she still do it? And I know a lot of the moms, especially of my students, are the same way. They're like, go, 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 working hard for your kids all the time. And just do not feel guilty if you need those seconds to take for yourself or minutes to take for yourself. Taking breaks, plan them during your day. Let your family know, like, hey, mom's gonna take 5 minutes for herself, or mom's gonna sit down for 5 minutes, come join me. Mom's gonna do this, like, can you read to me, or something. Get your kids involved in your breaks or not. Don't feel guilty if you need a second alone, just to breathe. Also, for your breaks, schedule movement breaks. So schedule time to move and include your family in it if you need to. Definitely movement gets those stressors out and releases all of those hormones that causes stress. Exercising, look up on YouTube fun exercise videos or dance videos. If you like to dance, there's always something for someone. If you like to do yoga, if you like to stretch, if you like to get creative. Yeah, and like I said, you can include your family. Some days you cannot. Don't feel guilty if you don't want them there. Okay, it is normal. Okay. All right, so tip number 6 is inhale and exhale. So breathing, right? We breathe normally, we breathe automatically. We don't need to think to breathe, but there are so many studies out there that says breathing exercises relieves and reduces stress. So one breathing technique that I used to do with my students is you would inhale for 5 seconds, and we would use our hands. We would go, hold it for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 5 seconds. And we would do those 10 times, and we would actually do that after recess or lunch to get them. It really did help, and they really like to do the counting. They got really into it, but it does help. It helped me get set up for starting the class after my break. It helps to breathe. There's so many other breathing exercises that you can look up online. Choose one that works for you. Do different type of breathing exercises on different days. Mix it up. Have fun with it. But also, I visualize, it's kind of more like a yoga meditation type of thing. So if you're not into that, then maybe this might not be for you. But if you are interested, it's more like you visualize as you're inhaling like this calmness, and then you're exhaling and you think of all the stress leaving your body. And when you're inhaling, you're like tense, like you tense every part of your body. And then when you exhale, you release that and you release the tension. That, like I said, there's a lot of different breathing exercises to do. So look those up and have fun with it. All right, now number 7, and this is 7. This is the last tip, but it is to get a new take on lists. So making a list, we're all used to doing since a little kid, but making lists, the one thing that I found that has worked for me is I have one just massive list that keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. It feels like I never like get it down. I'm always adding something. So that massive list is anytime anything comes to your mind, you're writing it down. It's kind of like a massive brain dump that you're like putting everything that you remembered down on a piece of paper on a list. The second type of list is from that massive list, you're writing a more condensed daily list or a weekly list of something that realistically you wish to accomplish. And definitely use that list to delegate off to other members of your family, your partner, your kids, something that they can help you with. Don't feel like you have to take it all on your own. Delegate those things to your partner or your kids and have them help you whittle that list down. Just the act of having your list get smaller and smaller and smaller, that's definitely a stress reducer for me. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you guys can implement these in your everyday lives. Leave a comment down below on something that you are excited to try. Remember, this is all about self-care. In this time of the world right now and everything that we're going through, we definitely have to think of ourselves and our families and what is best for us and our families and what's going to make this time go by with the least amount of stress as possible. So I definitely want you to subscribe, join the Math Dojo family. If you guys like the video, click on the like button down below. And like I said, leave a comment if you are excited to try something, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Luke Skywalker. Okay, that's all.
All right, now.